Nintendo hates the Super Smash Bros. Community, and here's why. What's going on, everybody? I'm an occasional gamer, and Nintendo hates the Super Smash Bros. Community. They do. That's what everybody's saying because Nintendo recently released tournament guidelines. Not just any tournament guidelines, but really questionable and very strict tournament guidelines. Essentially, Nintendo doesn't want you to profit off of their game, restricting the amount of players that can enter a tournament both in person and online, restricting merchandise being sold, restricting food and beverages being sold for profit at tournaments. You better pack a sandwich. Restricting the accessories and controllers that can be used at tournaments that have to be licensed by Nintendo. So I don't know if that completely takes out box controllers, which is a big thing in the Smash community now, or like just random third-party controllers. You can't bring a third-party controller? Restricting the amount of money that can be made from tournaments, which ultimately makes Super Smash Bros. No longer a profitable esport to be in if you're trying to play this game for a living. Unless you sign up for an application to be licensed by Nintendo themselves to run your tournament, you have the potential to negate some of these restrictions. And people are questioning, why would Nintendo do this to their fans? Why would Nintendo do this to the esports scene? Why would Nintendo? Because it's Nintendo! What are y'all talking about? It's their game, it's their company, they can do whatever they want. And at the end of the day, Nintendo's trying to protect themselves. Reasons why? Because there is a dedicated site to the Smash Bros. Community that pirates and mods Super Smash Bros. Games to run tournaments illegally and profit off of tournaments illegally. Nintendo was not playing around when it comes to their brand and licensing. Super Smash Bros. Melee, a game that was released 20 years ago, has been maintained till this day from the dedicated fans of 2003's Smash Bros. Melee, which involves illegally pirating the game and modding it to have online functionality. I think two things can be true at the same time. Fans of the game have made a living off of playing Super Smash Bros. But this is a series that Nintendo did not want to be a competitive game. With the lack of support from Nintendo themselves when it comes to the fighting game community, as well as strict guidelines from tournaments moving forward, it is becoming very difficult for fans, tournament organizers, gamers, commentators, all of the above to continue Super Smash Bros. As an esport. But honestly, y'all have to realize who you're working with. You're working with Nintendo. What did you expect? Nintendo is a family-friendly, child-friendly company. And when a community for one of their most well-known games is no longer child-friendly and also pirates their content, the hammer's gonna come down. If you are unaware, there was a lot of terrible allegations that happened in 2020 when it came to the Smash Bros. Community. A lot of misconduct, a lot of mess, to be honest. If you Google, if you look on YouTube, if you look on Twitter, Super Smash Bros. Community 2020, you will see what I'm talking about. I think Nintendo has a right to be cautious when it comes to Smash Bros. They would rather defend their representation as a company than support a fighting game community that continues to break their guidelines and openly mod and pirate their games to make profit. A lot of fans, tournament organizers, and competitors are coming out and they are not happy with what's going on. But to be honest, I can't blame Nintendo. It's their company. It's their intellectual property. They can do whatever they want. Nintendo is known for shutting things down. They will come for you. Stated in the guidelines, even if you follow all the guidelines that Nintendo just released, they still have the power and their own discretion to shut down anything you got going on when it comes to tournaments. If they deem it inappropriate or they don't like something that's going on, Nintendo will shut you down. Again, you have to know the company that you're dealing with when you're putting yourself in the position to profit off of their games. Super Smash Bros. Melee competitor, tournament organizer, and content creator Hungrybox came out outraged at these guidelines and taunted Nintendo that he will continue to run Super Smash Bros. Melee online tournaments with the pirated and modded version of Melee until Nintendo themselves comes to him knock on his door and shuts him down. Shortly after his initial reaction, he changed his mind and said, man, it's Nintendo, I gotta play by their rules if I'm gonna continue my career and the community I have built around Super Smash Brothers. Y'all just gonna have to play by Nintendo's rules, that's just it. And I know a lot of us, if we were in Nintendo's position and we had our product and service, whatever the industry is, and people were taking our product, even for myself, when I released my game, if y'all illegally pirated that game, started doing your own business with it and making money off the game that you pirated from me, got for free, and what? I am not associating myself with you, and legal actions will be taken. Yes, you are now making a living off of playing Super Smash Brothers. Yes, you are now making a living off of being a tournament organizer for Super Smash Brothers Melee. But it's their game. Play by their rules. It's as simple as that. Get with it or get without it. This is Nintendo we're talking about. If Nintendo really wanted to support Super Smash Brothers, there would be a Melee HD and a Brawl HD with online functionalities playing off Nintendo's online service. That is not the case. Nintendo has the resources to fulfill all your wildest dreams when it comes to gaming, and they are not doing it. Why? Because they're Nintendo. In a heartbeat, Nintendo is willing and able and ready to remove games off their eShop, to remove the eShop completely. Now comes the battle and argument of video game preservation. Fans being upset that companies are not allowing the longevity of the games that they grew up with, have a phenomenal childhood with. These companies also don't have a forever service for these games to be purchased online. So what do people do? They pirate. Fans feel forced to illegally download Nintendo games. Y'all don't think the same thing is gonna happen to the Nintendo Switch? This eShop is here for now, but a couple years down, a couple consoles iterations down the line, the Nintendo eShop of the Nintendo Switch will come to an end. I'm sorry to break it to you. This happened to the DS, this happened to the Wii, this happened to the Wii U where everyone was upset. The Wii U was the best eShop. Nintendo 64 games, Wii games, DS games, SNES games, Game Boy Advance games were on there. Now those games are no longer able to be purchased. Fans are not happy to spend $100+ for an old game that was on the Wii U eShop for like $10. Mark my words, the Nintendo Switch eShop and all the digital stuff, Nintendo Switch Online, all the stuff that's going on right now will come to an end sometime down the road. This is Nintendo's history, their track record when it comes to their preservation of their own games. They make their bread when the game drops, and they forget about it. Never to see again, never to be updated again. They don't care. Y'all don't notice? Am I the only one that notices this? Come on, y'all. Y'all have to know who you're messing with when you're buying these games or profiting off of these games when it comes to the competitive scene. And everybody's saying, how come Nintendo can't be like Capcom? Capcom got Street Fighter 6. Capcom is supporting Street Fighter 6, investing dollars, buckaroos, macaroons into Street Fighter 6 tournaments, which extends their profit from people buying the game and the longevity of people playing that said game. You know why? Because they're Nintendo. Nintendo has business practices. And again, you either get with them or get without them. Here on Occasional Gamer, I don't believe in piracy. I don't believe in illegally downloading anything. I love to support directly to the source because they invested the time, the programming, the money, the artist. All of those things take time, dedication, and effort. So they deserve all the money that they get for the games, and they can do whatever they want with the games. I just had to get my thoughts out on seeing both sides of the matter of Nintendo making strict guidelines for Super Smash Bros. Tournaments. Nintendo as a company as a whole, they are very protective over their intellectual property. Nintendo don't play. Why don't you think we see Project M anymore? Project M, a modded game of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. You don't hear that in the talks anymore. That's not in the news anymore because Nintendo shut that down. And it was only a matter of time before Slippy and Melee Online got shut down as well. So this is Nintendo striking back at the fighting game community. If y'all are serious about making a living off of our game, you're gonna have to get a license from us. That's it. Those are my thoughts. I can't be mad at Nintendo. It's their property at the end of the day. Whether it's fair to fans or whatever, it don't matter. It's their game. It's their game. appreciate y'all clicking on this video and seeing my perspective on the matter. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of this topic. Let me know what you think about Nintendo as a whole, if you got some new insight of how they have business practices. And I'll be dropping another video very soon. I'm an occasional gamer, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning into this video, An Occasional Gamer. No one as of yet has said spit hot fire in the comments, so I can rap on the outro. Comment down below, say spit hot fire. I know I'm an occasional gamer, but I can be an occasional rapper. I'll see you next time. Deuces, deuces, deuces.